It's January at the farm and it's time to feed the goats. Charlie is getting some fresh haylage to feed all our big goats with, and they also get a mix of cereals. At the moment the goats are living indoors because it is very, very cold outside and wet, and goats don't like that. But in summer they do go back outside and enjoy the lovely fresh grass. This is our pet goat Dazzler, enjoying his breakfast with some of the bigger goats as well.
So we straw up the goats with fresh bedding every morning and evening. It's quite difficult, particularly when you have a toddler who is, when he's not helping, is having a bit of a tantrum, as he is behind this bale here.
Definitely doesn't make life easy, does it?
So January marks the beginning of kidding season on the dairy farms. Now we go down and we take on all the billy kids that aren't used in the dairy industry, and we bring them back to the farm. We keep them in these small groups of 10, and that allows us to get them started on the milk machine. The milk machine makes our lives so much easier, as it means we can concentrate on feeding the goats rather than having to make up their milk all the time. Here's a group who've got onto it really well. As you can see, they have a little teat on the wall of their pen, and we just have to make sure that they're drinking well. As soon as they're drinking well, we move them up into the bigger pens like this. So this would be a pen of 20, and they then get their haylage and feed as well. That's me just strawing them up here. So because they pee a lot at this age, we need to straw them up more regularly than the bigger goats. The fresh bedding just keeps them dry.
This is our farm cat, Meow Meow, and she always likes to hang around when there's milk powder. She's slightly addicted to it. And yeah, this is Charlie just finishing up a bit more of the straw, and then it's time to just check all the baby goats and make sure that they're all full and their bellies are full, and if not, we just give them a hand and put them onto the teat like Charlie's doing here. And this makes sure that they know how to feed and get the hang of it, and make sure that they all have lovely full bellies. So it's a Tuesday afternoon and we are out in our top garden, and this is something that we're transforming into our perennial beds.
Yeah, so last year, well I suppose 2 years ago, this used to be our veg patch, and last year we set it aside to wildflowers to basically attract loads of pollinators, and this year we are now setting aside for perennial crops. So we've got 2 beds of globe artichokes, and the rest we're doing in rhubarb.
Here we have some rhubarb that we got off Charlie's grandma, and we're not entirely sure what it is, but it's an old...
We'll call it the Ballylock variety.
Okay,
we're an old Victorian house.
So Ballylock variety, but it should do well up here.
So we're using champagne rhubarb.
Champagne rhubarb.
This comes from Future Forests down in Cork.
Very good. What's on the next line?
Next one we have Victoria.
Victoria, that's a good tried and tested.
And then we will have 2 rows of Timperley, but we could only get 1 pot of Timperley this year.
So one Timperley going in, but the idea is to do more. And
low maintenance, so we're mulching it with old coffee sacks, just making sure these coffee sacks don't have any plastics in them. So these are Hessian coffee sacks, and they'll stop the grass growing up.
Perfect. And the idea is that we'll be turning all our rhubarb into jams and chutneys and things for our shop. And then our globe artichokes right at the top we'll be using for ourselves and for supper clubs and for the shop as well. So yeah, let's get going. Let's get these in. These coffee sacks Charlie gets from Tumplewar Food Market. It's pretty handy. And we're putting them to good use here. And in between we're just going to let the grass grow up, just so it's less gardening for us to do. We're getting there slowly but surely. Charlie is popping them in and planting them and I am cutting the holes. So yeah, Rupert's trying to escape. And Toby is quite happy in the pram, which is good. So I'm going to carry on going and try and get all this done in the next few minutes.
So Becky is currently inter-row hoeing between all of our spring cabbages. In the foreground is our goat dung ready to go and manure in between the rows. Rupert is lying on the left. That was where our courgettes were last year, and that's where the tomatoes will be going this year. So that'll get dunged and then we'll cover that in a Mypex. On the right hand side, as soon as those spring cabbages are up, that's where our courgettes and cucumbers will go.
So I've stopped hoeing and Charlie is now mulching the spring cabbages. And we're going to put a good layer of the dung over on this side as well. And then we're done for the day. Well, we're not done for the day. We're going to go inside for a break. And Charlie's going to go out and do the goats and I'm going to get the kids fed. Hi everyone! So we're back inside. We're sitting on our very squeaky chairs in the kitchen. Boys are just in bed and we thought we would give you a little update about January on the farm, what we've been doing, growing, rearing, making. And yeah, do you want to start off and tell us all about the
Yeah, so January is kidding season on the dairy farms. So we're flat out twice a week going down to the dairy farms, picking up little billy kids and getting them onto our milk machine up here. So I think we've got a video of that for later.
Yes, I've got a bit of footage for that.
Perfect. So do you want me to tell them what else we've been up to?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've done sort of formative pruning of all the woodlands that we've got on the farm. So just making sure we get nice tall straight stems. So we do that every winter. We also then sort of do pruning of the apple trees to make sure that they crop throughout the summer as well. So that always happens over the winter. In the veg field, there's very little going on. We've got parsnips in the ground. We've got carrots, but they're too wet, so they're coming out sort of quite small.
Quite stuffy.
And then we've got a few cabbages left and a few turnips, but we've been very bad at keeping the deer out this year, so they're getting their fair share. So lesson learned for next year.
Definitely.
And then when next year's veg patch is going, we've put in a Phacelia, vetch and clover cover crop. But again, another lesson learned, we were definitely too late in putting that in, so we've learned that for next year.
When did we put that in?
So that would have gone in probably August, and it was quite a warm August, but definitely we'll try getting it in sooner rather than later. So we cut haylage normally in July, so we'll try to get the cover crop in straight after the haylage is cut.
We've been getting seeds sorted for next year.
Yeah, so
we went through our box of seeds that lives on our kitchen table, and we've been looking at what we need to get and what worked this year and what didn't well last year, and what we want to try again.
Yeah, so that's all the vegetables for farm shops.
Yeah, all the vegetables for farm shop that we sell, and we also went into kimchi's and we use them in our brunch bowls and everything like that. So quite important
in the farm shop.
Yeah.
So then we've got our neighbour's sheep come in over the winter, and we mob graze them through all of our species rich grassland. So these are sort of areas of like immense diversity of flora, and to basically maintain that diversity you graze them through the winter months and not over the summer, and that means in the summertime we'll have lots of crazy wildflowers growing.
We have this year we decided to open in January and carry on going with our 3 days a week. So we're open Friday, Saturday and Sunday with the shop and the cafe and the open farm. So we've carried that on from December, and actually so far it's been pretty good. Like, a lot of you have come up and supported us, which is great. We've been doing lots of baking with citrus, because obviously it's citrus season, and yeah, we've got some delicious brunch bowls. We've got like an orangey French toast, which is really nice.
Super tasty.
Super tasty, and we're upgrading our farm fry now to have homemade baked beans, which I'm quite excited about. I think Rupert will be very happy with that.
Yeah, that'll be tasty.
And yeah, we've got our first nature club of the year. We have never done this before, so this is happening on Saturday, and we've got the RSPB coming up, and they're doing this great garden bird watch, which I'm really excited to see how that goes and whether that's something we can continue each month. We do have something planned for February, which is tree planting.
Yeah.
So we're planting Just a mixture of things. We have a shelter belt, don't we, that we want to plant?
Yeah, shelter belt, new woodlands, so all native trees.
Yeah.
We're part of the Trees on the Land campaign, so we'll be planting their trees.
Yeah, so that will be good and get everyone involved, which I love doing. So that's hopefully going to continue every month for the year, and we'll then see how it goes from there. And we have our first class of the, well actually no, we've had quite a few classes. We've had wild game, we've had wild game classes, butchery classes, and now we've got fermenting coming up this weekend as well. So it's actually been a pretty busy January.
Always is, always
and then
busy.
We were in Countryfile,
which
was
is
crazy.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So some great publicity there.
That was amazing, and you know, our website went crazy, and we made quite a few sales from that, so it was really, really nice.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you to anyone who purchased from us, and we really, really are very grateful, especially because January is usually quite a hard month, I think, for most small businesses.
It's made a huge difference.
Yeah, it's just made a real huge difference.
We've got a supper club coming up at the end of January.
Yes, we have one. So each month we do a themed supper club here at the farm, and this month we've gone for something fun because it was January, and we went for street food because we are the British Street Food Award winners at one point a couple of years ago.
2016.
2016, so we thought it'd be nice to sort of sit down and do it properly. So that will be nice. And then our next one in February is smoked, which is going to be absolutely incredible. So we're finalising our menus this week for smoked and for the February shop as well. So we do that every month.
And the supper club, every last Saturday of the month.
Every last Saturday of the month. So yeah, is that everything that you've got?
Everything I've got.
So what we're hoping is that this will be a regular thing with the videos. We're not sure exactly how many times a month we're going to do it, but we'll definitely do it at least once. And the idea is that we're just going to give you a peek into our lives as farmers and what it's like living off the land and trying to run a business.
We tried the blog a few years ago, but we got to April and then it gets too busy. So
yeah, exactly.
We can maintain this.
Yeah, I quite enjoy doing the camera stuff, so I've always got my camera with me, so this probably will work a little bit better. And also it's so visual, so you can actually see what we're doing as opposed to writing about it. Kind of easier. So we hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. I'll link it below, and you can check out our website
and our YouTube channel.
And our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and give it a thumbs up. And we will be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Bye.